I don't care about you and your problems, Jason. I don't care how many people are back there, or that we pay over $100,000 a month in payroll.
Yeah.
But why would I care? I get some kid to do all this work. Why do you cost so much?
Oh, because we do it right.
Hey there, guys. It is Nolan and Jason for Roofing Webmasters.
Hey, hey.
We're going to talk about roofer marketing, monthly paying for marketing versus pay per lead versus nothing versus your own ego versus logic. So
it's a lot of verses.
It's a lot of stuff, man. I don't know what to go over first here. So there's different ways you can get set up with a marketing agency for online, whether you're going to do paid ads or organic with website design and mapping and your Google account and reviews. So what do you do? And one of the reasons we're talking about this is because we, depending on the situation, we offer monthly pay or pay per lead.
Right.
Right. So, and I'm specifically going to talk about something that we had a client who went from monthly to pay per lead.
Right.
Which is fine, except then he went to maybe nothing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So listen, this is a good one, and it's worth listening to a little bit. So we had a client, and of course we never mention anybody's names. And by the way, just to disclaimer, we're always respectful of every client we got. I just discussed some of these things without mentioning one single name because they're of interest to you and relevant to you.
Yeah.
So we've got clients, and we've got great rates, and we're month to month with the client, right?
Most of them, yeah.
Most of them, almost everybody, month to month, and great rates on everybody. Not most of them, by the way.
I meant most of them are month to month. Sorry.
No, it's all right. All right. So anyway, we had this guy up, and he's like, "Oh, I want more stuff, so I'm going to cancel." But he was doing pretty good.
Yeah.
So I said, "Hey, would you like to pay per lead instead?" And he said, "Well, yeah, I think I'll do that." So we changed him to, "Hey, we won't charge you a dime. We'll still have a custom design with great coding. We'll still do tons of content. We'll still optimize organic keywords, map placement, integrate reviews, all this stuff." And so he did that. I will say something. This guy wanted to do this during the wintertime because he started getting less leads. But guys, you gotta pay for something. You can't do the verse nothing, right? You can't just cancel your marketing during the wintertime and go, "It's spring again, we're ready to do business, put my name, hang a shingle on the door and start working."
Yeah, organic efforts have to be maintained year long. Even if you have, as some of our clients do, a 3 to 4 month off season.
You got to do it.
Depending on what part of the country they're in. Yeah. But marketing has to be maintained.
And guys, if you can't do it, you can't do much business.
Right.
Not online. So we put him on pay per lead, and March rolled around, he did pretty good.
Yeah.
Got like 4 or 5 calls, and then May rolled around, got like 7, 8 calls, and then he was over a dozen, 15 calls, and he's in a fairly small part of the country, by the way, with no storms.
Yeah.
Just before you judge, I've had guys get 15, 30 calls a day, but where he was located with no storms, this was pretty successful stuff. And mind you, he wasn't paying unless he got a lead.
Yeah, he didn't pay unless he got a phone call.
Yeah. And a darn good call. Somebody calling about his prices and services, and 90% of the time they call, they're out for an appointment, right? And so this almost...
for our pay-per-lead services, we actually listen to every call.
It's essentially
and verify that it is a good verified lead, and it's an exclusive lead.
So he's getting that.
Yeah.
And then he's doing really well.
Every month was 50% higher every month.
15 appointments.
Yeah.
And then boom, he's canceled. Well, so it's monthly roofer marketing, monthly pay versus pay per lead versus nothing versus ego versus logic. Ego's not probably in this one much yet. Yeah. Ego's there if you had services that were great and you're like, we're not calling it. People aren't calling up. We're saying, "Oh, say it, Uncle Nolan, you win." We don't do any of that. No one does that. It's opposite. It's like, "Hey, I'm so glad to have you back. We appreciate your business."
Right.
But why would someone not want to pay monthly, not want to pay per lead, not want to pay anything? Do you have any idea why? That's why.
Well, I get not wanting to have money go out of your pocket, obviously.
Yeah.
But if no money goes out, no money comes in.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the
obvious
problem.
that you pay for what you get for, to me.
Yeah.
It's obvious that,
They don't let you go to your local car dealer and just drive off without giving them anything.
yeah, but isn't the internet free, Jason? Isn't that how it started? Guys, I would have thought that anybody by now has forgotten about that.
Yeah.
But okay, let's talk about it. I thought the internet was free when it started. Remember when there were services that people did a cruddy job of having internet up, like Alta Vista and Google before Penguin?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, internet ain't free.
It's not free?
When we put you a website up, I've got 20 people back there that got to work on it, and we got to pay them because just like...
I don't care about you and their problems, Jason. I don't care how many people are back there or that we pay over $100,000 a month in payroll.
Yeah.
But why would I care? I get some kid to do all this work. Why do you cost so much?
Because we do it right.
You do. Well, what the hell do I care if you do it right?
Well, let me see if I can connect the dots for you.
Okay, I'd like to understand it because I'm going to cancel my services even though it's working because I don't want to pay your monthly bill. Screw you.
See, that one kid you're going to hire,
Yeah.
number one, he's going to cost you twice as much as our monthly service, 2 or 3 times, maybe 4 times as much as our monthly service. Number two, that one kid cannot do the work of 20 people by himself. Number two, that one kid probably doesn't know half of what my people know.
Well, I don't care that one job costs less than a third of what I make on net profit on a basic shingle roof. I don't want to pay you anyway, so I'm just going to up and cancel. So guys, that's the scenario that we get.
We have that conversation.
Yeah, so I'm just going to up and cancel. I'm not. Most clients don't cancel. We've got hundreds of great clients, by the way. This is just a discussion to help you not be that guy. So don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy. Because that guy's running around out there trying not to pay anything. Let's talk about what you pay and what you might be able to get in return for results. So I had a call from someone the other day, and they said, Nolan, what's the monthly fee? And it changes a little bit per client, but guys, we've got stuff for less than $1,000 a month that does all sorts of stuff that other people charge like $2,000 or $3,000 on term agreements with money down.
Right.
And our fees are fantastic. So I'm talking to this individual on the phone, the woman, and she says, well, after that, though, then we can go to $99 a month. And I'm like, okay, I appreciate the phone call and appreciate you finding us online, but we're just not the company for you. And she's like, whoa, wait a minute. And I said, well, no, it's okay. I'm not upset about it. It's just that you're not ready to market yet. Or she said, well, can I do that after 6 months? And I said, well, do you plan on staying in business after 6 months? And I mean, for me, it's like, from a logical scenario, I just flat out don't get it.
Marketing is not a one-time fee. It is not a temporary cost. It is the cost of doing business.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense at all. It's just like, does this dress make me look big? Yes, it definitely does make you look big. Do I need marketing?
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, how can you do business without marketing? And so I came to this place in my life from having a home service business by marketing, and then it became so engrossed in it it was the number one criteria, right? I talk about this every once in a while, but if you're a marketer, like if you're in business, like what's more important than sales, leads? Like there is nothing else.
Nothing else happens without sales.
Nothing else happens and nothing else matters.
And you are never successful enough to stop marketing. Yeah. Disney is the biggest freaking corporation in the world, and you see a Disney commercial of some kind every time you turn on your television. Not really. That was hyperbole. Right now, the biggest ones are Amazon and Apple. But again, you see an Amazon or an Apple commercial every time you turn on the television or drive down the road. You see a billboard or whatever.
Apple is like the number one marketer, probably just about. But yeah, I mean, I focused on marketing so much that I ended up doing marketing for other people. And when I say nothing else matters but sales, because you can't have service without sales. You can't have skilled people without sales. If you don't have skilled people and service enough right now, the sales beget what you need. Provide better service.
If we weren't here marketing, talking to you and taking your calls, then those 20 people back there would be out of a job because they wouldn't have anything to do. And the company would go out of business.
So we're
and
marketing.
The same thing goes for you.
I love marketing and I love doing this and I love helping people on it. And this guy that we're talking about had a fantastic year compared to the year before.
Yeah.
Most of the people that call us, let's talk about like forget how you pay for stuff, just like what happens to the business. So people call and they're like, they don't think they can be the other guy, you know? Who is the other guy? You know, and the other guy are those people high in search ranking.
Right.
Well, man, they just must be huge. I can't get there, Jason. I don't know if I have enough money. And
I can't compete with that.
Yeah, so there's this thought in your head. We all do this to ourselves no matter what it is.
Yeah.
You know, sorry guys. I can't get the girl. I can't get the money. I can't get the ranking.
I can get the girl.
Can you?
I got the girl.
I'm sorry. Well, most of us aren't as confident as Jason over here, but so we all think that stuff. But I know you look at those people and say, how did they get up there? Guys, they were all just people that had called us or got lucky enough to get a good marketing company, which there aren't many of us.
Yeah.
But they were somebody who looked and then started, right?
Yeah. They realized they had to spend money.
So they're the smarter guys, you know, that we are, or that finally realized. I mean, for me, just to level the playing field here, I didn't have any stroke of genius on it. You know, just one step and one mistake at a time. So hopefully the guy that made the mistake that's like, I'm going to just cancel everything that made me money this year because I arbitrarily don't want to pay that small fee that made everything happen. Then hopefully you become the guy that says, I'm going to pay this, and then can I expand this? This was really good, you know?
Yes, like we can. We can do more.
Maybe we could do more.
Yeah.
And then
how much we do for you is based entirely on how much you pay us. Because we take what you pay us and we put it back out there to try to make you
People
successful.
don't want to hear that, but let's talk about it for a minute. So you're telling me that money would provide resources?
Amazingly, yes.
To get more business
right.
on marketing. So guys, we have 20 people, say too much, and then they cost money. And then we do professional services that gets graded by the search engines. And then you do better in organic rankings or paid listings or whatever we're helping you with.
Right.
And that's the whole purpose of all of it. So if somebody has, so you're telling me that if somebody switched, let's go back to the one that wanted to go to $99 after 6 months. So 6 months, $99. I said, well, how does that make sense? So how does a human being work for $99? How much roofing can you do? That's another good one. So whether it's, forget $99, how about another fee? How about $1,000 or whatever it is? How much can you do for that much labor? So you're trying to get skilled labor to get graded by the search engines. Put it back in your own and put yourself in their shoes and say, okay, how much could I do? And I'm not necessarily saying there's a flawed logical conclusion here that says, oh, if I spend more money on marketing, I'll get better results. If you spend more money on marketing with a great marketing company, you'll get better results.
Right.
You could easily get screwed by somebody that did poor marketing and then, you know, and they just took your money. Listen, it happens all the time. It happened to me. It happens to everybody I ever talked to. People don't call us unless they've been screwed around. Yeah. Because it is logical. Let's talk about the logic. Is it logical to try something for $99 or $2.99?
Sure. If you've never done it before, you're just starting, and you see the
okay.
high fee versus the low fee. It's not illogical to try it.
Websites go from free to like some guy wanting $5,000 a month, right? Yeah. We're just talking organic.
Yeah. Okay.
Or they're going to ball up a package deal for organic and paid advertising management (PPC), and that's $3,000 minimum, up to like 10 or 20 or 5 or whatever. These are common deals you get. So is it logical to start and go, well, shoot, I'm going to break off $99, $2.99? That's logical.
Yeah.
It's
if
not
you're new
stupid.
to it and you don't really understand the difference between that free website or that $100 website.
You're not stupid for trying. Yeah. Now, if you do it
for 10 years
yeah,
and you don't get any business out of it.
And you start pointing at everybody going, y'all all suck. I paid y'all all money. $99, $2.99. I even tried $4.99 once, Jason. And that other one was real cute. And anyway, but if you
sounded real sweet on the phone.
If you never try some of these, then shame on you eventually, right?
Right.
So yeah,
and we get calls from people saying, well, I've been using the same guy for 3 years and he only charges me $100 a month, but I've never gotten a single bit of business with him. And
or they got very little. Yeah, I've been using the same person, I pay this much money, and then they'll use it as a logical argument for barely paying more money.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so you pay this much, this person charges this much, but you're calling me because it doesn't work at all. you know. And actually, those are glorified hosting fees.
Right.
So they actually do nothing.
Yeah, $99 a month. They're not doing much of anything.
$299. They're talking to you on the phone and hiring someone that's slick talking you when you call up and providing you.
If you ask them to swap out a picture or something, they might do that. You know,
but they're going to do as little as possible, and they might actually call you every once in a while and try to gig you out of some money because you ain't paying anything, and they're just trying to make a buck. And that happens too. And it's like, I don't know who to feel worse for. The client paying the $99 a month or $299 for a glorified hosting fee, or the company that did it that bites in that category. Everybody out there, this is the most common fee out there is $299. And you know why, because I've told you, but I know why. I know why, because you, as a common person out there, and everybody else likes that price point, but it does not pay for skilled human labor.
Right.
And then you want to be that guy up there, and he barely pays more than you, but you never try or didn't find the company to help you get there. Right. So,
and we have tried more than once
to
find a way to meet that price point, so that we could serve those clients and do good work for them, and we just can't make it work.
It
just doesn't work.
It just doesn't work. Yeah, you want to be the one in the top, and but yeah, so you got to find that price point and then go for it, and then hopefully not be the person that just doesn't want to pay for anything. Yeah. Even after you had a great year. I know other things could have happened with this guy.
Yeah.
But it didn't have anything to do with me. Like, holy crap, I just made some money. I'm going to get an F-250, man, you know, and a new honey, and we're going to eat ribeye, you know.
Or we're going to get a fancy new office.
Screw that second run on the barley.
Buy 2 more trucks or whatever.
Yeah. No more Mickey's Big Mouth for me. That's not good, right? No more. Who's drinking Colt?
Oh, we had a client we had a client not long ago that was
Natty Light.
When he signed on with us.
I don't drink anymore anyway, but
and I think you're going to realize who I'm talking about. Oh. He signed on with us, and he flat out told us that he was almost ready to fold up shop. Yeah. He was almost done.
Oh, yeah.
And a year later,
well, shoot, that's a good
he
story.
was doing great.
Yeah.
And then he opened up a new location. He opened two new locations.
Do you know why he opened up the second one? Do you remember the story?
No.
Because he was building his retirement home 1 block away from the ocean.
He went from I'm going to go out of business to I'm building my own retirement home on the beach.
Hey, I didn't get to finish my beer analogy, man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll start. Anyway, went out and bought the F-250, got a new honey, and bought microbrew beer instead, spent all of his cash. That's probably, he could have canceled because of that too.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, this guy that he's talking about, you can't leave me hanging with Mickey's Big Mouth and Natty Light. I feel like an idiot over here. Jesus. All right. So yeah, this client actually stopped marketing too.
Yeah.
But this is the damnedest story you ever hear, but it makes sense to you a little bit. But I'll explain it, and maybe we've done enough on this stuff, but this is what happens, man. It's crazy. Yeah. So the guy was going to go out of business. He was older. He said, Nolan, if this doesn't work, I'm tired of getting screwed around by marketers. So this will answer some of y'all's stories too. Like, Nolan, I'm sick of getting screwed around. How do I know? Well, man, check out references. Call people. Look at our stuff. Gut check yourself, you know. This site looks better than the people who screwed you, right? We optimize better. We do better. We have people you can call. So there's stuff you can do, by the way.
We will give you our current clients that you can call and ask them how satisfied they are.
Yeah, you're watching this, you're listening to this, whatever. Yeah. This guy calls up and says, I'm so sick of it that I don't know if I can do this, right? Well, fine. And they said, look, I'm going to give it another shot. So he comes on at the end of 2015. Mm-hmm. And in April 2016, the worst monetary hailstorm to ever hit San Antonio occurs.
Yeah.
At which point he goes from about to quit and retire early without as much money as he wants to doing over 700 roofs that year. I think 750.
And I think you told me he did like 30 roofs the year before.
Yeah, I don't. Like I gotta tell you, I don't know the exact numbers the year before. It was so low he's gonna quit.
Yeah, it was so low he's going.
But he was a smart guy. He'd been in business for a while. He just couldn't get marketing right. That's how important this stuff is to figure it out. So he just couldn't get the marketing right.
You can be the best roofer in the world, and if you can't market right, you're dead in the water.
If you don't pay attention, you respect marketing.
Right.
By God, you respect marketing. So he's sitting over there. And by the way, you could have been in San Antonio. You wouldn't have sold Jack because they couldn't find you.
Yeah.
So
because this guy had been with us for
you could have
nearly
door
a
knocked
year.
about 100 other people behind you.
Yeah,
right?
he was high up in organic search, so people were
No,
calling.
it was October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Yeah, February, January, February. It was like 7 months.
7 months, okay.
Or
So, okay.
8 months.
Half a year.
7 or 8 months. And then the phone rings off the hook because he was organically optimized on both organic keywords and mapping.
Right.
And had good reviews and everything tied together. And then that year he did 750, builds a retirement home, and then the Gulf Coast hurricane hit.
Right.
He opens up a location down there,
Mm-hmm.
and then, oops, I forgot to tell you, his whole family went to work for him and quit all their jobs.
Yeah.
But here's the problem in San Antonio.
It became a big family business.
They had done 80% of the roofs in that market. So and this is where people you don't quit marketing. He was still doing 150 roofs in San Antonio even after most of the roofs have been replaced because he's so dominant on organic.
Right.
Any of you guys who see ups and downs in the winter or ups and downs from hail, your marketing sustained you through those times.
Yeah, through the valleys.
Yeah, he was still doing a ton of jobs. He still had over 100 going in this market, probably like 150. And then the other two markets weren't doing as well because they were brand new, they didn't have any presence there, and they were just getting going. Well, within a year of opening up two more, the expenses rack up, the nerves kick in, it's like, and then you can't forget about all the stuff you sold, and the logical deduction of what brought you and how it all happens gets screwed up somewhere, and you lose everything,
Right.
You lose it again. And so I don't know what to tell you guys from that situation except don't quit marketing and don't lose track of what brought you.
And don't overextend yourself.
Yeah, if we
That's
brung
the
you to
other
the
thing.
dance, don't kick mud up on us, right?
Yeah.
Can I use that?
I guess.
Can I say that?
I don't think I've ever heard that phrase, so I don't even.
You don't disrespect the one that brought you the dance,
Right,
man.
yeah.
Just leave them hanging.
Dance with the one that brung you.
Yeah, is that what it
Yeah.
is?
That's what I say.
Is
I
that
don't-
Texas or is that
Yeah, that's
something else?
Texas
Is
thing.
it?
You must be doing the Oklahoma thing.
All right. So anyway, guys, we'd like to help you out. If you're marketing and it works well, pay attention to it. Figure out where that stuff comes from for sure. Hell, a call track. Don't just assume that business is coming from one place or another either. In the case, I don't know if the guy canceled gotten any other business going or made some flawed logical deduction, but in this case, every call was recorded. These are all appointments out.
Yeah.
This was good stuff.
Yeah, we knew.
Yeah,
what was
so
going on.
all that business now next year is just not there anymore. But we'd love to help you. We'd love to be a service. We'd love to help you past all this stuff. And for these stories that we're telling you, we got hundreds of happy clients that stay. I'm hoping that some of our existing clients watch some of this stuff.
Oh, I don't want to be that guy.
And if you're watching this stuff and you become a client, we're nice to everybody that calls in. Don't be shy. We'll help you out, and you can call up here. So when we're not high pressure either, we're not that company. There's no outbound sales here or anything else. So everybody here is just skilled people that love to help you out. So
Right on.
I expect you to have ups and downs in businesses just like me. I might not be your senior, but I am your peer. I've been through a lot of the stuff that you've been through, or already been through stuff that you're going through, and I hope that this one helped you out a little bit.
Take it easy.
Hope to hear from you.
That was a good one.